Hello, my friends, and we're going to do a little garden tour, talk a little bit about the garden, what's going on, and different crops are coming out. Putting in a little catch crop. I think it's called catch crop. You know, you can catch it in between seasons. And some more here. My volunteer squash, I finally figured out what it was. It's a delicata. So you can see a squash there. I got a Swiss chard, some more coming up, lemon basil, some getting very tall sunflowers. That one that's on the top there just shot up in the last couple days a lot. And new lettuce. But like all gardens, every time it's somewhere in life, there's always something going on. So I've got seeds going on here, some new ones. I put beets in just a few days ago. And I put some beets in here probably about a week ago, and they washed right down to the edge. So I'm just waiting for them to get more mature, and then I'll put some wood chips around them. The rutabagas have been good. I put them in an Instapot and get them steamed, and then onions, and I'm sorry, but bacon grease makes everything taste a little better. And I fry them in a pan real quick with some salt and pepper and onions. And I fry them up for potatoes for my husband, so because he doesn't eat potatoes, so it gives him something to eat. So flowers are doing good. I'm finally getting to seeds in this. These are really good lettuce. I mean, I put this lettuce in what, April, and I stopped harvesting on them probably about a month and a half ago, but I've been letting them go to seed. Basil has done really, really good. That funny little plant right there is ginger. And then I put in some more basil because you can't have enough basil. Lettuce. I just wood chipped this. I took some classes, and on the wood chips, no matter how deep you put them, pretty much up to 15 inches, about the first month they drop right in half, and they really do drop fast. They just decompose. You don't have to work them in. And I want to get some more, that's for sure. So my biggest problem this year in my garden was anything that was vine based. So my cucumbers, they weren't great. I had ripped them out, put some new ones in, as you can see. I'm not real happy. I've had borer worms that get into them, and it's like a little larva and just eats on them and eats them out. I took some hollyhocks out here and put in some onions for the fall, because when you're coming into fall gardening, it's like going into spring again, except it's reversed because you're getting less light instead of more light, but it has the same temps, cooler nights, and then you get a warmer day. I'm actually going to do a little experiment here and see if I can get some more green beans, because we really eat a lot of green beans and I sell them. And so I'm doing a little experiment and see if we can get a harvest out of this, a quick one. We still have warm days ahead, so we'll see. And lettuce with the vine that's been volunteering itself to go everywhere. So how's your garden? What were your struggles in the garden this year? There's my sunflowers again. Today I woke up and this was a interesting, harder week for me. It has been actually for a while. Stuff happens. And I was a little bit sad, and I was just listening to a message and kind of having a small pity party. And I was like, I have to choose joy. It's my choice, not anyone else's. I get to choose to worship the creator of the universe, who cares about me more than anybody. And I had to choose it. And so this afternoon I came outside and did some work, and I started to choose, you know, my thoughts. I got to choose how I was going to think about things. The tomatoes are going to get whacked off here soon because it's getting cooler and they need to ripen up. So we'll be doing that here soon. Summer garden is going to be coming to an end. We'll be going into fall garden and winter gardening, and there is such a thing. So these will all get clipped off so that they stop the growth, and what the fruit that's on them would start to mature. That's the, you wanted that to come to maturity. So again, just going back, you have to choose. Paul did it. Paul was beaten and shipwrecked and bit by a snake and put in prison. And he chose how he was going to feel about life. He got to choose. He was his choice. And we have to do the same thing on a regular basis. So I'm going to take you up here to the garden. And as you can see, isn't this amazing? Those awful pine trees, I've been praying over them for years to be removed. Roots and all. I've laid my hands on them and declared for them to go, and they're gone. So I'm so happy. I feel very blessed. Carrots. So the carrot thing that's going on here is that I did not thin the carrots. I grew some long carrots and I grew short carrots, and I'm not happy with the short carrots. I mean, they've done fine, but why grow short ones when you can grow long ones? I just wasn't thrilled with them. But the carrots are being harvested every week. I take handfuls of it out. I again had a vine plant here, and it was doing great until it gets a bollworm into it, and then it dies off. So it's one of those things I'm figuring out. You just have to keep pressing in, even when it's not going well in a certain area. You still can press in. We have a choice to press in. So I put this potato bed in probably like a month ago. Oh, look at this. There's another volunteer. Look it. Oh, I just found that. I am so sorry for the traffic, but I live in Sherman. All roads lead to Sherman. And we have a lot of traffic. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Ah, see, she came up from the compost is my guess. Or a seed get dropped. I don't know what she is, but I'm going to let her sit there. See what happens. Here comes another one. I'm going to pause it. We'll try this again. It was quiet out here until I started the video. So I put these last minute sunflowers in. So, but they've got lots of sunshine now. And look at here. There is another volunteer squash. Ooh, there's some more. I think sometimes plants don't want to be just planted by themselves. They want to be put with other plants. They are buddies. Just like you don't want to be by yourself. We work together synergetically with each other. So I would chip this whole thing because the goal here is to have this as the strawberry bed. And I did some research, and actually I was watching a video from a guy that is just he's a blessed gardener, and he just listens to the Lord, and he said do the wood chip. So that's what I'm doing. But so my trees are gone, those pine trees, and it was I think 10 or 12 of them, and they're going to level off the ground. And then we will also, there'll be seed, it'll be grassed, and they're just doing the whole piping right now. So So yeah, I'm so happy. It's looking good. So there is some of my garden, and again, that'll all be squared away eventually. Some things take time, even seasons. Some seasons are just harder seasons, you know. Things just go interestingly, but you know, God has a plan. He's the author and the finisher of our lives, and we can trust him with the plan, but we have to also choose to hear his voice and do what he says to do, even in those moments that are kind of hard. So who can't get enough flowers? I mean, come on. The flowers are just, I feel so blessed. These are all just seeds I just planted, and I keep picking them, and the more you pick them, the more they blossom. You know, so that's a type of pruning. Do you see the difference? I'm not harming them. The benefit is to help them to mature and grow. And I need to come out here and pick some. I've had a lot of compliments on them. They said that they last for a long time. So they're just little bouquets, but they're fun. And so, are you gonna wobble in the storm? Are you just gonna hold on and put yourself to Jesus and trust him to help as he blows across your path and, you know, brings hope through his word and his prayer, that you can just, in the moment when it's hard, just shine for him. As far as I'm concerned, was made to shine and bloom for Jesus. And sometimes when it's hard, you have to just choose to stand and shine for him. Bring him glory even in the hard times. So I love you, and I bless you, and I speak peace over you now. And I bless you to choose to worship him in the midst. Talk to you later. Bye.